Bam! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Music Firsthand. My name is Becky Jo Neal, and I am your host for the evening, along with my amazing co-host we haven't had in a while, Chris Petrovka.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah!
Thanks
for coming back. We let him back in the building. It's his house.
I actually left for a while. I'm surprised you guys are still doing this.
He went on vacation. It's fine. We made it work. It's been really fun, but it's been like no rules. Dad's out of town.
Oh man, this show has just gone to hell then.
In a handbasket.
But I've been busy, so I have the last couple weeks. Yeah, we've launched our live music booking app.
Mm-hmm.
So it works a little bit like Tinder and a little bit of Airbnb, where artists can get connected and matched with potential hosts and book a show. And it's
just
great.
Like that.
Just like that. We've got about 35 artists on there already, and we've already booked 2 shows. Through the app, and it actually worked.
It's really cool. I've got to walk through the app before, and it's truly, it's very specific.
Yes.
I would honestly recommend it to every artist and venue.
Thank you. But my true love is this show, so I'm actually really geeked tonight, so if things get out of hand,
it's okay. We have all of the 4th tap beer that we need to stay
we do.
Cool on this warm spring afternoon.
I'm going to need a nice long walk.
What year is it? Oh, yeah, Long Walk Grapefruit IPA. My favorite IPA. It's the best. Say it every week.
We
Still
love
going to keep
tap.
doing it.
Yes.
Well, since you haven't been here for a while, would you like to take the reins on the intro for the artist for the evening?
I didn't know you. I didn't think you would ask. So I'm so pleased to introduce, and so with no further ado, Giulia Millanta.
Woo!
Yeah.
Lila used to scream most of the time till she couldn't hear her own thoughts. The voices in her head didn't seem to rhyme, too loud to connect the dots. Lila used to run most of the time, far, far away from her life, a mountain too high, too steep to climb. In her mind she always got lost. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, pretend to fly. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, reach for the sky. Lila used to laugh most of the time with an empty look in her eyes. Nothing in her heart felt like a crime. The truth was the same as a lie. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, pretend to fly. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, reach for the sky. Lila couldn't sleep most of the time. Monsters parade in her head, whispering her name, kept her up at night, dancing underneath her bed. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, pretend to fly. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, pretend to fly. Spread your arms, spread your arms, spread your arms, reach for the sky.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Totally in unison, one big.
Woo. That's how you know white people are in the audience. Woo.
No, that means I'm in the audience.
He's enough for all of us.
Yes.
Thank you, Julia. That was beautiful. What a lovely start to the interview.
Thank you.
Giulia is from Italy. You can't tell yet because she hasn't spoken and just talking, but she has the cutest accent ever.
That is true. It is kind of cute.
It's
yeah.
adorable.
Yes.
She's like, please don't tell me that.
Just say something dirty.
Yeah.
Something dirty.
You don't have to
There
be
we go.
scared. Did you always get asked that as a kid? Like, right? When people would hear you speak multiple languages? That was like the
I
thing
hope
growing
not
up.
as a kid.
No, I mean, that would be the thing when you're growing up and you're a teenager and they'd be like, oh, just say a cuss word, right? And
I can do that.
Right?
I know lots
I
of
bet.
them.
Yeah. It was always like the thing when they were like a little kid, like, oh, you learned Spanish. I go,
Yeah, what's butt?
exactly. Yes.
What was it like growing up in Italy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure because I haven't fully grown yet.
Love that.
No, well, I don't know because while you're doing it, you don't really realize it.
Sure.
So what it means to grow up in Italy is actually something that I discovered later once I moved to the States, and everyone is like, "Oh my God, you're from Italy, you're from Florence," and I started thinking, okay, that is pretty cool, I guess. And there's a lot of history, and yeah, I mean, we are packed over there. That's one thing that's really different from here. There's a lot of space for everyone.
Unless you're on I-35.
Unless or in Manhattan. But other than that, it's it's pretty wide open.
Right.
Whereas in Europe, there's nothing like that. You're on I-35 constantly.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Europe is kind of the I-35.
And relating it to music in a sense, like how is the music scene different when you're back, when you're visiting, versus coming here and doing music? I wonder if a lot of our fans, audience members would want to know what is the differences.
The pizza's better.
Oh, well, that's true. The pizza's better. Yes.
Food is better. Well, yeah, they not necessarily, no, but they feed you. They do feed you when you play a show.
That's kind of nice. Yeah, they definitely don't do that here.
Yeah.
Take that off. No, Austin. Yeah. We
Which
should
is
be on that
one of the
train.
reasons why Americans want to go on tour in Italy, because the money's not that good,
But you
but
eat
they
well.
feed you and they feed you well. I don't know. Italian audience is not necessarily the most attentive and silence. It's always pretty,
Really?
loud.
Is it that different here?
Yeah, really.
It is.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
is.
I thought it was bad
And in
here.
Italy, there's a lot of cover bands, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's okay if people do that, but personally, I'm not a fan. And so I feel, it's a little more creative here.
Are they cover bands like covering U.S. like American music, pop music, that kind of cover bands?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like in Europe, obviously, it's so easy to travel from country or city to city. So and it's like literally, it's smaller than Texas, right? So like, is travel a big part of your like process as a musician? Like, was that a big deal that you could kind of just pop over from place to place growing up? Did that like affect your music at all?
Well, it's I'm not sure if it affected my music, but it's definitely easier over there.
Right.
The first time I drove from here to Marfa, I was just I was in disbelief. Like, really? It's 6 hours and nothing has changed, and I'm not even out of
nothing.
Texas yet. 6 hours or 8 hours from Florence. I'm in Holland,
Yeah,
and
shoot.
people
Right.
speak a different language, and everything is
They
different.
speak a different language in Marfa too.
Oh no! Yeah, it's just like a treadmill to nowhere. You're just like, it's never gonna end.
But it's everything is. When I was there, I thought that a 2-hour drive was a long drive.
Yeah.
Because it's all distances are so small. And now when I have to drive 8 hours, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll drive 8 hours. That's fine.
Yeah, we don't even think about it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no sweat off my whatever that I don't have one of those. I mean, like, it seems like a lot of perspective stuff. You know, like you said, you didn't realize what it was like to grow up in Italy until you came here, and you know the population difference. And is there an influence, American influence, like on your music that you've noticed while living here, or?
Oh. I don't. Well, that's a really good and hard question. I'm not sure because
Oh, it doesn't get easier.
Oh my God! Do I take a break? Can I take a break?
Difficult.
Can I leave now?
Technical difficulty.
Tap out.
Sorry, fans. By the way, while she's thinking of an answer, send in your questions.
Yeah, you guys can ask questions.
Yeah.
You guys want to go down the deep road. I want to know.
Yes.
I'm just a musician. Come on, please.
Yeah, could you guys be a little easier on her?
I'm trying.
They're so rude.
But I grew up listening to American folk music and English folk music, so I can't. But also, I grew up listening to Bach and Mozart and Beethoven, so it's hard for me to tell which is which. It's all just a big giant mess in my head at this point.
Between Paul Simon and Mozart.
Kind of.
Somewhere in there. Throw a dart.
Yeah, it's true. So-
No, I think I think a lot of people have, you can hear it in a lot of people's music, the multiple different influences. And I think that's really interesting. That is cool.
And then your dad taught you to play guitar when you were around 8 or so. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. So tell us about that. What was that like? What was your dad like? What was that experience learning guitar?
How much time do we have?
It's the tell-all story. Giulia Millanta.
Breaking news.
So, my father. No, well, I was sick a lot as a kid. I broke a lot of bones. I really did.
How did you break a lot of bones? Like,
Because I've always
She's very little.
I'm frail, but also I'm kind of, I don't know, pretty reckless and a tomboy, and so I was skiing and I broke my leg, and I was riding horses and I broke my skull. I was in a coma. I was, I broke my nose, my shoulder, both my feet.
Skull. Yeah, skull was not yet. I broke my skull, and also like my pinky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skull.
I'm so not cool.
Damn.
So, but aside from breaking bones, I was sick often, throat, tonsils, and all that. So I would stay home and I would get bored. And instead of watching TV, my dad was like, we had like 11 guitars because he was a fan of the instrument. Even though he wasn't a great player, he would just strum it.
It was like, I'll make my daughter great.
And yeah, good luck. So he just, I would stay home and he would teach me a chord or two, and I would just practice instead of watch TV and fry my brain.
Kind of figured you are likely to not break something with this.
Right.
That's why I figured
That's
guitar's
fair.
safe.
Right.
Or
Okay.
the guitar. She could just go full rock star. He comes home one day and she's trashed the living room.
Yes.
The TV's on fire and there's half a bass sticking through it. Like, she's fully transitioned. She's a goddess.
But at least she's okay.
Yeah, Liz is good. So did you teach yourself then, in a sense, or
Yes,
wow, okay,
kind of,
self-taught.
yeah.
That's great. I'm always impressed. We've had several other artists on here, like Nick Diaz, who were self-taught, and then you watch like you play and these other artists, and man, I'm just blown away because it's just such a challenge. I've tried, I've taken lessons. It's very difficult, so it's so impressive.
And
It is
do
a
you read
challenge.
music?
What's
Do you
that?
read music?
I do, yeah.
See, that's always the impressive shit to me. But like, I feel like some people have like God-given rhythm or
Yeah.
something, and then they're like, yeah, whatever, notes.
Yeah.
No, if you can read notes, that shit's like Braille. I
So
don't
technically 5 languages. So you speak
Yeah,
4
you speak
and then
4.
also guitar. So that's technically a 5th.
understand. Yeah. The language
Well,
of
I
music?
speak 3.5.
What's the half?
French.
Okay. Well, that's just the French. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
like,
We had
that's a
Hugo on here a
shrug
while
off
back.
language
I know.
anyway.
I'm just kidding. I was just
No, he
shutting
was
him.
great. I
was
liked
good,
him a
yeah.
lot.
Hookah Hey, they're
yeah.
good too. Okay.
They're pretty fun. Speaking, like, you sing in all 4 of those languages, do you? Like, have
Yeah.
songs in all 4?
Yeah.
But you just
What's
do
that
half
like?
a song in French.
I actually do. I have one.
Perfect. We're going to hook you up with Jake Farr. He also does half a song in French.
There we go.
Yes.
Aw. It's music matchmaking. Like Music Firsthand, the app. There we go. Boom. If you, like, collaborate with other musicians in town, like, what do you, or, like, outside of town, you work all over the place. Like, your Instagram's like, I'm in Tampa. I'm in, God knows, like, she's all over the place. What do you look
Because I
for?
cloned myself.
Yes. I love that. What do you look for collaboration wise in a musician?
Someone who can teach me something.
Nice.
That's a
No,
brilliant
well,
answer.
Yeah, that's great.
And,
Yeah.
you know, it's a I want to learn more and go deeper into the creative process.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Do you use music as like your like catapult to that? Like you can use it as like that's not the word catalyst. I can use words.
Catapult?
You use music as your catalyst to sort of like learn more. Would you say like you just absorb more musically, or are you into like art or any other like artistic expression?
I'm into everything, but
Boom.
I'm not good at it. I'm curious about
Okay.
a bunch of different things, but
Yeah.
I'm
True
not-
artist. Right.
So, and I'm looking at time too, and there's fan questions
yeah.
coming in. However, I would say let's do a song
Okay.
because there's a great fan question about food, and let's come back and talk about food.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I feel like I'm in like a food like one of those like. We'll be back.
Welcome
with,
to the Chew. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I wish. Where are the snacks?
exactly. So let's do another tune, and then we
Okay.
got some fan questions coming in. And if you're tuned in or watching Giulia Millanta, and send in your questions here. And if you actually watch it later, still send in your questions because Giulia will reply to you online. So
Yeah. Well, answer.
I will never do that, but do it anyway.
it may be me replying as Giulia.
As a bot. Giulia Millanta.
Shall I do the one that's half in French and half in English?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. It's off my previous record, but it's called Ma Voix. It means my voice. I only have my voice, my small hands, and my small feet. My footsteps are light. I only have my voice. Je n'ai que ma voix, petit main, petit pied. Mes traces sont légères. Je n'ai que ma voix. I walk miles, I walk miles. My feet are tired. Went through storms, went through hell, even behind a purple trail. I talk loud, I talk loud. My voice is tired. My words are feathers, they fly away, hoping to roost in the shade. Je n'ai que ma voix, petit mon petit pied. Mes traces sont légères. Je n'ai que ma voix. All these trials, my heart is tired. Beating on this cage against this dream to let my eyes shine and gleam. Je n'ai que ma voix, petit mon petit pied. Mes traces sont légères. Je n'ai que ma voix. I found a place between my guts and my face, between my brain and my soul, where I can step out of my role. Je ne que ma voix, petit mon petit pied. Mes traces sont légères. Je n'ai que ma voix. Je n'ai que ma voix. Je n'ai que ma voix. There.
I figured I couldn't
that a
just
howl?
woo. Yeah, I couldn't just woo again.
Now we're gonna start
Can't
howling
double
to
woo.
Giulia. Howling to Giulia.
Howling to Giulia.
It's gonna be a new special.
I hope so.
Howling to
into that.
Giulia.
I like it.
I like that song. That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's not
for
the
sharing
first
that.
time somebody's howled at you. Come on.
And maybe, I hope not. Actually, I usually just like lob foreign objects at that.
Well,
Like anything
earlier,
that's in my
someone
hand.
barked at me.
Oh,
It's
really?
true.
Oh,
Our
your
chief of
dog?
security.
Oh, yeah. Our chief of security did bark, yes. But it was like out of affection. It was playing a few
Yeah.
tunes, yeah.
She was thinking like, play me a song. But really it sounded like woof, 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 but really loud. She's very loud. You can't hear her. We were all excited because we
Yes.
thought you could hear her earlier, but joke's on us.
Yes. All right. I just have a question, and it's a segue into a fan question that came in online. Which send in your questions here for Giulia.
Type away.
So what's really cool is you are really creative, and we have a lot of artists that are super creative, but you have a thing called Dinner with Giulia, which is really fantastic. You've done it for a while. Our mutual friend John Bergeau had introduced us and talked about this thing you're doing. Tell us about it. How do people find out about it? What happens at this Dinner with Giulia, which is going to be our next TV show, by the way.
What happens?
So yes, tell us about
Nobody
it.
knows what happens. Well, what happens is that we decide on a date and on a menu. I have a website that's dinnerwithgiulia.com. Giulia is spelled with a G, Giulia. And then I do grocery shopping. I come to your place or to whomever hired me, and I cook. And it's a 4-course meal, and it's Italian, of course.
Boom.
And then we eat together, and then I play a set of music.
Wow, that's pretty
Genius.
cool. Yeah,
Dinner
that's really
and a
cool.
show.
I know. You gotta be exhausted after a night like that.
Oh yeah,
That's tough.
I can even talk after that. I'm like,
Yes, because I know I just make tacos sometimes and I'm exhausted.
Oh no, that's so cool. That is the coolest thing. I
Yeah.
wish I could play guitar. I do that all the time.
Yeah. Now, did you do that when you moved here and this an idea you came up with, or were you've done it in other countries?
no. It happened here with a friend of mine. That was his idea.
Huh.
I'm not a chef.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
cook because that's what we do. And
Yep.
that's what also because I was always sick, I would just hang around with my nanny and cook with
And cook.
her and do things. So,
Yeah.
and this friend of mine was like, oh God, this is so good. You should cook for people. And so,
I love it. No, I think that's a great idea, and that'd be the intimacy of it, right? Of
Yeah.
like getting to know the people you're hanging with, and by the end of you're best friends by the end of the night.
yeah.
No kidding. That's a very intimate thing. I feel like cooking for people is something that people like kind of watch over sometimes, but providing a meal for somebody that you spend all day on, that shit is
Yeah.
legendary. That to me is like, I want to cry. It makes
So-
me happy.
Along those lines, before you cry, we have a fan question that came in. What is your favorite? I don't know who sent it, but it's just a anonymous fan question. What's your favorite Italian dish or flavor of gelato?
Who's that? My favorite Italian dish. I'm a big fan of seafood.
Oh,
So
okay.
seafood pasta or different kind of fish in the oven. I like simple stuff.
Okay.
Garlic, fresh tomato, parsley.
Yeah. Fresh, clean.
God, I'm so hungry.
My stomach's grandma.
And yeah,
Starving.
that's
So good.
And my favorite flavor of gelato is maybe hazelnut.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Amen to that.
Any favorite gelato place here in Austin?
Not really.
She's like, what, bitch, where?
I know. Yeah, it's true.
Not
I know.
really.
I know.
I'm not.
We're-
I'm
we're looking
also
for more
lactose
sponsors.
intolerant. I'm kind of so I
okay.
don't really do it. I do it every now and again, and then I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah.
This
I
was
have
a
some of those.
terrible idea.
Uh-huh.
But remember how good it was.
Yeah, that's me at Gordo's.
Oh no, those things
Yes.
are sinful.
Uh,
You have also a project called the And Us Project.
That's a great question.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, would you like to talk to
Let's
us a
talk
little bit
about
about that?
Oh wow, yeah, sure. We actually just did a show a couple of nights ago.
Ooh.
So and us. So I came up with this idea like a year ago because I thought, okay, I'm a musician. I play music, yes, fine. And I'm very self-centered, like all us songwriters. I'm very, like, everything is about me and my music and my career. And I was like, this is not right. I want to do, there's something I can do, hopefully, and I want to do it. And so I came up with this idea, with this format for these benefit nights. We give benefit to an artist. The last one was David Bowie. And us means that each artist on stage plays the Bowie song or whomever, and one of their own originals.
Oh, that's great.
It's very awesome.
So it's usually 8 artists, and it's 16 songs plus one finale altogether.
Wow.
And so far I've done 4 with my friend Chris Searles and his biointegrity. And we've protected, on the last one, almost 5,000 acres of pristine rainforest in the Amazon.
That's great. Wow.
Holy shit, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And then in this last show, you had also, I think, several performers that have been on the show here, right? So,
Yes.
right, you had Susanna Chauffel on there, which I'm a big fan of. Johnny Gowdy, I think.
Yeah.
Who else was on the
I
performed?
can't remember, even though it
It's
was
all
2
right.
days
I know,
ago.
there was a lot of artists, but we like to, share the love. So if they were on there. So, but anyway, that's okay. You can tell us later.
Amy Cook, David
Okay.
Polkingham.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally.
It's a great lineup.
Yeah, it was great. It was.
We
really
promised
great.
her we weren't going to bombard her with any surprise questions, and we went and did it.
No. I want the surprise. And also my life these days it's so busy that 2 days ago feels like 2 years ago right now.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, when was that and what happened? It's just crazy.
Yeah, you have been kind of busy. You got some new stuff going on, which I'm gonna talk to you about that. We're gonna talk to you about that in here in a second. But we have a couple other things we want to talk about.
We have 2 things we'd like to do first. One, my mom writes in questions every week because she feels very involved in this show and she loves it a lot. We do some rapid fire. These are just either or. So you pick. I'm going to give you 2 things. You just pick one of them that you'd like. They're super mommy.
This is the whole
super
reason I
norm.
came back to the show was for Mom Linda
They're
questions.
they're
Yeah.
just so pure. They're too pure for this world. So no pressure. All of them are very easy.
All right.
They're often very silly and not having to think about E.
I love
That's
it.
not a word, so I'm combining it. All right. Are you ready? Also, I don't know if you all have
Yes.
recognized this. We're clearly related because we both wore exactly the same thing
Yeah, where's your
except for
vest?
the vest. I should have worn a vest. Like we're both rocking leather booties. Mine are not leather. Hers are totally. We have nice like dark denim. Come on, skinny jeans, and we got the white tank top.
I
Okay,
feel like
white
I'm in an
t-shirt.
Italian fashion show.
And we're both wearing 2 different earrings.
I always do that.
I don't. This was like I was compelled to do this today, so I
See?
feel like maybe this was just.
But
supposed
Chris
to happen.
didn't get the memo.
No, I
And the
clearly.
ring and the nose ring, like she's got her, like she's got the left nostril. This is gnarly.
I know.
I tried the nose ring earlier, but
I almost wore a choker too.
I looked like
almost
Kojak
did.
or something going on. It was like
Well-
weird. It was creepy.
It's maybe. Well,
Hey, what about Mom Linda?
didn't mean to describe. I thought maybe I found another sibling for my mom. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. That was the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire super intense question soundtrack. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Linda questions. Cat or dog person?
Dog, even though I'm slightly allergic.
Fair. Ring or necklace? Had to pick one.
Necklace.
I feel that one too. Rain or shine?
Rain.
Yes. See, we're on the same things. Are you more of a flower person or like a tree person?
That's a tough one.
I like that one too. That is thought provoking.
Tree.
Yes. They live longer.
Plus, trees have flowers sometimes, so you kind of get
See? She found the loophole, Linda. Okay. Whiskey or wine?
wine.
She's Italian. I don't know why. Morning or evening?
Oh, evening. In the morning don't exist.
That's good.
Sleep in is the proper question and answer. Would you rather get a record or a mixtape, like as a gift?
Record, you mean vinyl?
Yeah, like a vinyl or a
Vinyl.
mix. Oh, there we go. And the final one's my favorite because you do cook, and I really actually want to know this because I'm probably going to pick your brain about it. But what's your favorite pasta to make? She's like
The
all of it.
one that I come up with at the very last minute from what I can find in the fridge.
Fair.
Oh, all right.
I mean, like, I guess
Nice.
like shape is what I mean. Like, do you like
Oh,
do you know
the
how to like
shape?
roll out like different shapes?
I like fusilli, but I
Oh,
don't know. Are they called fusilli here? Because I don't remember the kind of
Spirally ones?
spirals. I love those. Because the sauce gets trapped in the spiral.
Thank you. Oh my
Ooh,
god! I
yeah.
hope my mom's watching this. She refuses to put the right kind of noodles in beef stroganoff.
Are we sisters?
I
Maybe
think maybe
we
There's
were
so many
separated.
different shapes for a reason. You think someone just got like bored with the pasta machine? No, there are
Yes.
And I read,
logic.
I read the other day too that the water that's left over after it boils is
It's
called
imperative.
liquid gold.
Yeah, it's
by
imperative
chefs.
to your sauce.
It's the really good stuff. Yeah, I
You
just
need
learned that
that.
the other day.
You need to like make a makeshift. It's basically in place of a roux.
Yeah, I know.
You learn new things every day on Music for Sam.
All right, hey, before we jump to another song, we've got a new segment that I want to introduce.
Okay.
All right, can I do that?
I think Chris is getting jealous.
No, I'm
He
not
comes
getting
back
jealous.
for one
I know,
night. He
I've-
thinks he can just. Okay.
I've had weeks and weeks to think about this.
Okay.
So,
we'll let him do it.
here we go.
Ben, don't be so mean about it. We'll let him do it.
I
We'll
know.
let him do it.
So here's my new segment.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Now this is multiple choice.
All
All
right.
right. So this is a lot easier. I may ask you some of these. All right. So my new segment is called "Welcome to the Music Business. You're Fucked," and it is literally stolen from my favorite author on the music business, Martin Atkins. So it's kind of a shout out to him because
Holla back, Martin Atkins.
all of his stuff is great. All right. So first one, multiple choice.
All right.
Okay. At a live show, would you rather A, throw a mic in the air and catch it on stage, B, invent your own dance move that may or may not go viral, or C, stop one of your shows halfway through and shout out, "Fuck the police"? A, B, or C?
I would like to say C, but I'm gonna say B.
Ooh, create your own dance move that may go viral.
That's how you get the views, man.
That's pretty good. All
Yeah.
right. What would
you
you
clock
do?
up the views and then you can do the fuck.
Would you do that
police
one too?
video.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Actually, both. You can do both. What if you came up with the move, fuck the police?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's it.
All right, next one.
Our
All right,
sisters.
remember, multiple choice. So related to merchandise: A, T-shirts; B, stickers; C, branded chef bibs.
C.
Definitely C.
Wait, what?
Dinner with Giulia, chef bibs.
Yeah.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
chef.
That would
like,
be merchandise to
That's
sell.
a great idea.
Sell
Wait,
chef bibs.
like the jacket things.
No, like a chef wears a bib when they cook.
an
All
apron.
right, we're moving on to the next one. Yeah, it's called chef
Oh,
bib or an
what?
apron. Okay,
I was like, am I just too Midwest for this?
it's
Apron?
comedians. All right, all right.
The babe's for babies.
Hecklers. A, ignore. B, confront. Or
Say again.
related to hecklers, like hecklers at one of your shows.
Okay.
Yeah, like the dude's like, get off the stage.
Freebird.
Yeah.
Hecklers.
Play
Hecklers.
Wonderwall.
Hecklers. A, do you ignore? Do you B, confront during the show? Or C, do you have your bodyguards kick their ass after the show?
Well, I don't have a bodyguard. And
So it's
also,
her.
even if I did, I would probably go with B. I would confront.
You would
Yeah.
confront them. What would you say?
I would either, I don't know. It depends on what they're
On the mood.
screaming.
This is your
but-
chance for your dirty French.
But
That's when you go off on the dirty French.
Yes.
I would either say something funny
Okay.
or say something very challenging, like, "Oh, really? Why don't you?" Blah 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 blah, something like that.
Puff
Nice.
up.
I'm
I like
Italian.
it.
I can't help.
You
it. I'm
wouldn't,
like,
yeah. You've already broken all your bones, so you're like, what's
Yeah,
another one of these hecklers? You kick their ass.
There you go.
Okay.
I broke my skull. I will come down there.
Yes.
And eat yours.
You're like the Henry Rollins of Americana music.
Yes.
All right, so here's the next one. Sponsorship. A, Tito's, B, Fourth Tap, or C, Antinori Chianti Classico.
Well,
No, this is a tough one, folks.
C. I mean,
Yeah, all right, so I want to be sure, but
I
my
had to
my
say B.
uncle has a vineyard right next to Antinori.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
in Tuscany.
All right. Does he have any connections then? We could get a sponsorship for the show. Send us a case of wine.
I can ask.
Let's do it. You heard it right here. That'd be great.
ask.
We'll advertise it every week.
But I'll be a guest every week.
Yes. You're welcome back. If we get a case
Anytime.
from Antinori, that'd be great. All right, next one. Sexiest band member.
Ooh.
A, guitarist. B, bassist. C, drummer.
Definitely not guitarist. So sorry. Usually bassists.
All right, bassist. There you go. You're going to get a flood of applicants for your next show from bassists. All right. I'm going to skip that one. All right. Favorite part of the performance? A, before the show. B, during the show. Or C, after the show.
Well, that depends on how the show is going. If it goes well during the show, it's the
Okay.
best part. But usually after.
Okay. All right. Last one. Favorite sign of fan affection? A, singing along at the show. B, throwing their panties at you during the show, or C, professing their love for you after the show?
Or D, putting a lot of money in the tip jar.
Yes. D, that's the winner.
Trick question. She wins.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
That's savage.
But I love it when they sing along. That's one of the, because it means that they care, they know my stuff, they follow me,
That's
they
right.
support me.
Yeah.
But the tip jar, it's just
You could show equal amount of sports with dollars per lyric. Please drop $1.
And if you want, you can write the lyrics that you're singing along on the dollar
Yeah, profess
bills.
your love to her on a $10 bill and put it in a jar.
What
That's
if
how you can do that.
wrote the lyrics on your panties, stuffed it full of dollar bills, and then threw them on stage?
Genius.
That's
Gosh,
wonderful.
that's the ultimate fan.
You just
That's
get like
heaven.
a paper, like a giant paper football panty, like shoved full of dollars, shoved in, like thrown on stage. Knocks
of-
your sexy bassist out.
Yes. Speaking
Poor
of
bastard.
speaking of heaven, should we hear another song?
Yeah, we want to do a couple more songs for us.
All right.
Yay!
And we get to hear one of the new songs, right?
Yeah, it's
Hopefully?
true.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear a new one.
Okay.
Well, this is a new song, but not the single.
Okay.
I'll do the single after.
Yeah, all right.
Face in the mirror, those tired eyes, I've seen them before. They have no more tears to cry. She's scared of this life. It'll float away like a feather, so gentle and light in the sky, free from the tether. Kiss every moment on its lips. Life unfolds at my fingertips. She knows her feet will fail her. She walks on shaky ground, no direction ahead. She goes round and round, and maybe tomorrow will change. She's been acting alone on an empty velvety stage, queen on her lonesome throne. I'll kiss every moment on its lips. Life unfolds at my fingertips. Time to end the show. Kids are waiting to be born. Tears will be roses, words will have no thorn. I'll kiss every moment on its lips. Life unfolds at my fingertips. I'll kiss every moment on its lips. Life unfolds at my fingertips. Hey, thanks. All right, the single. Blinded by the Sun. I ran away with my thoughts. Where we were going, I forgot. Along the way, far away, we got lost, but didn't seem to care. I set my mind, changed my mind, left it all behind time after time. No rhyme, no reason, just things I've done. I played with life nervously like a gun. Lying dead by the sun, shining on the sea, on a lost sandy beach when the day is done. Praying to the sun, kissed by his light. Farewell to the night as the day begun. For you, for me, and no one else to see. For you, for me, and no one. I lost myself, found myself in the storm. The signs I saw, I ignored. Red and green, black and white, color blind. Any answers I can't find. Lying dead by the sun, shining on the sea, on a lost sandy beach when the day is done. Praying to the sun, kissed by his light. Farewell to the night as the day begun. For you, for me, and no one else to see. For you, for me, and no one. For you, for me, and no one else to see. For you, for me, and no one. For you, for me, and no one. For you, for me, and no one.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah. So that last second one was the new release.
Yes.
Yeah, we had somebody ask if you could sing a song in Italian or the new single.
Yeah.
The new
Gotcha,
single
gotcha.
is this one.
Gabrielle Rhodes. Do you know
Okay.
Gabrielle?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
There you go. She's watching. So.
Heyo.
Hi.
Hey.
Got your new single, Gabrielle.
I love it. Was that the first time you've played it live, or did you play it the other night?
I've played it before, just a few
Okay.
times.
Yeah.
though.
All right. So a lot
I
of
see.
your fans, especially if it's really late in Italy right now, but to watch it tomorrow, maybe the first
Yes.
time they'll get to see it.
Yay.
How
exciting.
exciting!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic of internet.
We're gonna come back and ask about that, but there's a couple more fan questions.
Okay.
Because we do want to come back and talk about the video and the new song. Sergio Cash asks, if you had to pick a famous band to open for you, who would you pick?
Oh, to open for me?
Yeah, to open for you. Yes.
I don't know.
Pick one with a hot bassist.
I don't know, the Symphonic Orchestra of Berlin. No, I don't know. To open
Nice.
for me.
That's dramatic. Yes.
Kind of. That
like
would be
it.
nice.
That'd be
Like
cool.
the
Zero
whole-
Symphony.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
Good one.
All right.
A super stay strong, you know, like go big. Why not?
Like
That's true.
the whole symphonic orchestra, and then they open for me, and then I come on stage with my tiny guitar, just me after
yes.
With a tiny guitar?
120 elements on stage, and then
Good. So good question, Sergio. Thanks for sending that in. And then this is just a shout out. So Maria Herrera watching from Philly.
okay.
Hey, Maria.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Maria.
watching. Yeah.
Hi, Maria.
And send in some more questions. But I know Becky Joe, we want to talk about.
Yeah, your latest single,
Yeah.
it just came out. You just you shot a video. You've got a tour coming up. You want to talk about what you've got
Yeah.
coming up as far as
Oh,
your career right now?
What's the question from Maria? We
She
don't
didn't-
know.
That was just a shout out.
Ah,
That was
okay.
Just
Shout out.
saying
She's
hello.
listening
Oh,
from
I thought
Philly.
she was about to send a question. Okay.
No,
All right,
but
so-
now she's home nervously thinking of a question.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I'm gonna send it in.
Come on, Maria.
No, just a shout out.
Well, so yeah, I just the video will be released here in a couple of weeks. I had a lot of fun, and
Where was it filmed? Where'd you do most of it?
here in Austin.
Nice.
in my apartment.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, that's the best.
But
way
no
to do
one
it.
can tell. It's really, it could be anywhere.
I mean, you don't have millions of dollars to do it in a massive studio
No,
theater?
I
Okay.
definitely don't.
We thought you musicians were loaded. with
Nobody,
cash.
nobody does.
Yeah, well, I am loaded, but I'm kind of, I like to go with this image of the broke musician.
You know, just you're trying to like fit in.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay humble.
But I'm really excited. I think it's cool. It's gonna be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got shows coming up?
I do. Well, I play tomorrow is my last residency night at 1-to-1.
Wow. There you go. That's cool.
What time?
It's 6:30 to 8, and I have Noelle Hampton, one of my best friends, and she's
great.
awesome. She's gonna be my guest, and then I'm going on tour. I'm leaving in a week from today, actually, and I'm going to Holland, Germany, and Belgium, and then Italy. But then I come back, and once I come back, I have my CD release at 1-to-1
Okay.
on June 23rd at 7 p.m. Mark your calendar.
Yes, that will be a good show.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, I will be there.
With the full band and a bunch of guests.
Yeah, that should be a fun show.
The CD releases, that's like your whole official party. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So yeah, keep track of all of our social medias. You can follow her on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you have a Twitter?
I do. I have a
There we
I have
go.
everything, and there's
All
a
of
pledge
it.
page to pre-order
right.
the record, and kind of you can pre-order some cool stuff. There's a limited edition vinyl, limited edition. So if you want vinyls, you better order one.
Is there like a cool chef bib or chef apron?
No, I didn't think about it. Damn it.
We'll get on that. We got merch, guys.
But
We know
also,
some people.
pledge. It's a way to pre-order, but also to support my music and
Right.
and show me your love.
I bet that Larissa at New Standard Manufacturing could
Would
get
be
you
interested in that.
a cool.
We should just get you a
Chef bib.
sweet top, like a chef hat that just says "Cooking with Julia" on it.
Oh,
just
that
for
would be
That's true.
funsies.
Yes.
Aw. Also, I want to come to a Cooking with Julia party.
I do have just a question because I think it's always interesting to hear about sometimes the artist struggles. And so, what were some of the challenges of one? You're doing a video and a new single release at the same time. What were the biggest challenges through the process?
Money.
Yeah. Okay.
So hit up
Honestly,
that pledge master, please.
because at this point we can almost do everything. We have the technologies here, and we have the ideas. But then, in order to really put it out there and get some buzz, you need money.
Yeah.
And also, I'm surrounded, and I'm super lucky. I'm surrounded by great musicians, and I want to pay them well, pay them
Yeah.
for what they deserve. And I can't, I do it anyway, but for me, it's a huge thing, it's a lot. And so it's sad. I wouldn't, it boils down to that, because I have plenty of ideas, plenty of energy and time and the vision. But, it's hard because these days with Spotify and all that,
That's
I mean,
right.
can I say it? I just
yeah.
did.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
like, to think that in an online platform, it's so easy to share and to get fans, or theoretically to like expose your music to the world. But that's also the worst part about it, is that everybody can access it for free. Nobody has to owe anybody anything for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And then you got the tour coming up, which is expensive as well. But where can fans find you, and how do they find out about your tour?
My website,
Okay.
GiuliaMillanta.com. I don't know. You probably got your.
You've been posting it. Yep.
So-
Okay.
It's been up there.
And where do you start first?
Harlem, which is like 15 minutes from Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
All right.
That's exciting.
And now I saw, you're also then hitting Germany. Like, where else are you hitting when you're over there?
Belgium. I have a couple of gigs in Belgium.
Okay.
And then Italy, because I'm just.
Of course.
Are you really excited for one of those shows? Do you have one in particular you're like super stoked for?
Well, I have kind of a CD preview in Florence on May 31st.
Oh, cool.
And so that's kind of, that's exciting. Also, Florence is my hometown, so all my friends and my all-time fans will be there.
Oh, that's so nice.
Good.
I like that.
Well, we're going to be watching that. We're going to be at your show when you get back.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll be rooting you along, so you'll be on Instagram and Facebook posting everything, right?
Wonderful.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Be sharing your pledge so people can support you, which would be really lovely if you could help her out through this tour.
That's
It'll be
right.
super cool, so she can keep pumping out amazing music.
That would be perfect. Yeah.
That's what we're about it here at Music Firsthand, supporting musicians.
By the way,
Bam.
we talked about this earlier. Have you tried the fourth tap, by the way? You were curious
oh,
about
yeah.
it before the show
Curious.
started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we get her a little sample?
Yeah, so we're going to do it on air. We were going to do it after the show, but I thought, let's try it because she was like, I want to try this. Let's do
I just snapped
got
at the
some
sound
here.
guy
I
and he
just
rolled
opened
his
this. I
eyes
just
so
opened
hard.
this.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Ready?
we've got a glass here.
This is what the buddy
Okay,
system is for.
That's right.
I
So
love
I'm
this
not
show.
like
We're on
a
time. We got
citrus lady. Like I like some citrus and beer.
I like
But-
the color.
I know you're not a
Right?
beer fan, but you're
She's
going to
not
love.
a beer person.
You're going to love
Cheers.
Long Walk.
Ooh.
Yes, it's like grapefruit.
Oh gosh, I
Right?
love it. Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
It's not
It's
too much.
Really good.
It's not. It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's
think it's-
refreshing and not too sweet, not too bitter. I'm not a beer drinker, honestly. So for me to say this, it's a lot.
But it's good.
It's really good.
See,
You
Long
heard it
Walk.
here.
It's the beer for wine drinkers.
Beer for Giulia Millanta. That's what
Yes.
it is. That's so exciting.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad we went and tried it on
I
air
know.
because we are really thankful for their sponsorship and their
Yes.
support. And they do a lot of live music. So we need to get you booked for a show there soon.
No
too.
kidding. It's a great venue. If you've never played there, it's a fun
fun.
brewery. There's lots of like cool little things
Yeah.
going on down there. I appreciate it.
And then, seriously, if you need merch, New Standard Manufacturing is really good. They do our shirts. And Larissa, who runs the place, she sees a lot of live music and supports a lot of live music in town. So,
Yeah, and those shirts are hella soft,
That's right.
real soft.
Who else we got to thank before we close?
Well, no, I think we should instruct people to hit up the Patreon page because
that's
for
right.
as little as $3 a month, from $3 to $50 a month, you can support us with various little tricks and treats that we can gather for you on the way. Got lots of awesome benefits for you if you want to come subscribe. We've got a bunch of amazing subscribers already.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for all of your help. Shout out to all of you, our Patreon people.
That's right.
It's super easy. I mean, you spend it on a latte anyway, so why not toss it our direction? So we
support the
can,
show. Supports the artist.
give you 4 good shows a month.
Yeah,
Support some local artistry.
that's right. Yeah, because we
What
love
could go
bringing you-
wrong?
what could go wrong? Oh, a lot.
Fans, but it's fine.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us, Julia. It was a really lovely show.
Thank you
I
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Thanks for coming on.
And Chris came back to hang
Hey, it was fun.
out.
Thanks for letting me come back
Yay.
on.
It was so
Yes.
fun. Thanks for bringing on the new
Sure.
segment. That was dope.
And I really want to say thanks to the folks who put it together here. Brenda Herrera has been working on the social tonight, which is great. So she's one of our producers. Benjamin Allen Levy, our producer and sound engineer, and running
There he
video, doing it all. And then it's the two of us. We're about to go have tacos with our VIP guests.
Tacos. And the chief of security, Macha the dog.
Yes. All right.
That's
Hey,
what she does.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. Next week we're back with the very talented and also very funny Jeff Plankenhorn.
Yeah. It's going to be a
Right
good
on.
show.
So we'll see you next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time on YouTube Live. Thanks everybody.
Come back
Good
again.
night.
Bye.